Today I'd like to talk with you about change and what change requires. If you're a manager and you want to change something, or you want to help your team to change, for example, their behavior, that's what we are talking about today. Change is great. What? Stay with me. When it comes to change, change is great, as long as you're in the driver's seat. If you change something, if you initiate change, so you've got control of it, then change is great. But if you're in the situation that you need to change, that you need to react, that you have the feeling that you are changed, then this can be terrible. If you suddenly lose your job, this change is forced upon you. It's surely not great. Or if your company introduces a new CRM system and you are required to relearn and adapt, then change rarely is great. When you are forced to do things you don't want to do, being forced to change, that can be a terrible experience. So the best way to deal with change is to be active, to be in the driver's seat. But let's focus on the most important question first. Why? Why do people change in general? What motivates them to change their behavior? It's very easy. It's either pain or pleasure. Take me, for example. I had 4 slipped discs over the last 15 years. And I tell you, it can be very painful. But nevertheless, I only exercise when my back starts acting up again. If my back doesn't hurt, I don't do anything in terms of sports. I hate sports. Why? Because doing sports is not a pleasure to me. So I need to find a way to do sports and feel pleasure doing it. Otherwise, it's not working for me. The problem is the pain. If the pain is gone, you stop changing. You stop working on that. Pleasure, as a motivation, seems to work much better. Pain, as a reason, means you want to get rid of something. You want to get out of that terrible situation. Pleasure, on the other side, means you want to go towards that. You embrace it. So, in the long term, pleasure is mostly a much better motivation than pain. In general, we can say that people only change if the reality is different from what it should be. We all like to stay in our comfort zone. No one really likes to change. It's only necessary if we want to have less pain or more pleasure. But sometimes, even though when people are in such a pain, they still don't change anything about it. For example, if a new CRM system is introduced and the employees should adapt to it, and they don't, what's the reason for it? Or if they adapt, what is the reason for it? I see 3 major reasons why people change or don't change. First of all, pain or pleasure are just not motivating enough. That's what I talked about earlier regarding my back pain. If my back pain is gone, why the hell should I change anything in my life? Why should I do sports if I don't like it? My back is fine and pain-free. I don't feel the need to exercise anymore. So the motivation then is missing. And that can also be the reason why employees won't adapt to a new CRM system. Maybe the old system is still working. There might be no benefit for them to work with a new system. Why should they? What's in it for them? If the new system is even more complex than the old one, why should they work with it? A second reason why people don't change, they don't know what to do. That's not the case with my pain in the back. Of course, I know all the exercises which I should do. My wife is a physiotherapist, so I have all the knowledge. I know exactly what to do. That's not the problem for me. But in other areas, if the path is not clear where to go or how to get there, that would be missing knowledge. Then people, even if they are in pain, even if they say, yes, I want to change, I want to become a millionaire, but what the hell, I don't know how. That's when they don't start to change this situation. Not because they don't want to, but they simply just don't know where or how to start. That can also be the case why people still want to work with their old CRM system. Do they get a training to learn to work with the new CRM? If not, that might be the reason why they don't change. Even if it looks very easy to work with a CRM, it might be that it's a challenge for them. And the third reason why people don't change, no trust. That's when people don't believe in the change. Then people might say, well, I understand that's the path. That's where we want to go, but I'm not going. If that's the case, then there is no trust. But trust is needed. And mostly it's the trust in someone else who knows how this works, and or at least tells them he knows how it works and talks about the change. That's when real leaders come in. If they have a clear vision and people trust the leader that he knows what he's doing, then they follow. But if there's no trust, then there is no change. So we can break it down to these three major points why people are not willing to commit to change. The first is motivation, lack of motivation to be precise. Then there's lack of clarity, which means I don't know how to change. And last but not least, there's lack of trust. I don't trust the process. That's what they say. But in the end, people who say that actually mean I don't trust the person who carries out the change process, who wants me to change. I don't trust the people who tell me what the process is going to be like, what the path is, what the vision looks like. I don't trust these persons or this person. Now you're probably asking, Bernd, how can I make sure that my employees are motivated enough that they have all the information necessary to change? And mostly, how do I get them to trust me? Well, in my next video, I'll show you exactly how you, as a leader, can tackle all of these 3 points. If you don't want to miss my next video, just subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so that you'll get notified when I upload a new video. Take care and see you soon.